I have found myself, in my personal experience, a different knowledge of reality. And I'm trying to communicate this knowledge through this channel on YouTube. I'm not an academic. I was an academic. And I practiced spiritual meditation for 7 years. And spiritual meditation failed to give me real happiness and real fulfillment. In fact, it made me as bad as a mental case in a mental asylum. Soul meditation is different than spirit meditation. Soul meditation concentrates on what is the nature of the soul itself. Where does the soul come from? What is its history? Where does it come from? And it does not come from the spirit. The spirit is simply a region of dead souls, but it's not the origins of the soul. The origins of the soul are in the evolution of life. Okay. These are the findings. We live and we die for certain reasons. You need reasons to be alive, and you have reasons to die. You need reasons for both. And the reasons to be alive and to stay alive are the sacred fires of life. There are experiences that you need, sentiments that you need to have and practice in order to be alive. So these are called the sacred fires of life, the sacred fires of being alive and growing and flourishing on this planet. Reason, for example, logic, knowledge is a fire. It's constantly going on. Some people live in the head. Scientists, they study the head is alive, and the head is alive. Sometimes it's so much alive that other faculties are not working very well. A lot of academics don't have open lower faculties. But knowledge, logic, reason is a fire of the soul. Love and romance is the most popular fire of the soul. It's an emotional fire. It could be love that is parental. It could be love as a lover. The man-woman type love is one of the strongest because it's not only romantic, it's also pleasure, sex, and power. That's why we look for the right mate in order to set a fire. We're looking for experiences that set fire to the soul. Even in the body, the food that we eat is a fire. It's a combustion of food going on to keep the body at a certain temperature and to make the cells grow and replenish. That is a fire. The fire of life in the body keeps us alive. If you eat the wrong food, or if you have no food, you can get sick and you can die. So it takes a fire in the body to be alive. There is a fire in our animal self that is a fire of pleasure, something that is seeking pleasure, something that is seeking sexual pleasure as well, and something that is seeking money. But that's a sacred fire of life. Pleasure is sacred. Pleasure is a reason to be alive. It's a reason to go on. It's a reason to thrive, which is not exactly what you learn in spirituality, who wants to destroy the pleasures. Religions want a condemnation of pleasure, of sex, and money. They associate the entire animal with evil, which is wrong. It's a very serious mistake in the evolution of life, because life needs pleasure, it needs sex, and it needs money. The soul itself has a fire. It needs a fire. Our soul doesn't want to be buried by its faculties. Our soul wants to shine like a star. There's a fire of fame in every soul. There's a fire of stardom. Everybody wants to be a star. In their soul, they want to shine. There's a quest for real immortality in the soul, not fake immortality, which is spiritual immortality, is fake immortality. You die, but you think you're immortal at the same time, right? That's fake immortality. Life is after real immortality. There's a quest in our soul to be immortal in real life. There is no quest in the soul to extinct itself or to self-efface, just to disappear, to be nothing, The soul doesn't want to be nothing. It wants to be everything. It wants to be big. It doesn't want to be small. Okay, so what happens when you don't have these sacred fires of life? If you don't have a good head, if you don't have love, if you don't have romance, if you don't have pleasure, if you don't have sex, if you don't have money, if you don't have food, the less you have of the fires of life, the more you fall into a hole of depression and you want to die. That is the knowledge. I got this knowledge from soul meditation. Okay. The nature of the soul, it needs things. It needs certain experiences and it needs certain material, solid material stuff. If it doesn't get these things, it starts to wither away. People who are alone, who have no love, who don't have a good head, they have no pleasures in life, they have no money in life, they have no food, forget it. I mean, the soul will drive itself to death or even to suicide. We're born for joy. We're born, we need joyful experiences. We need the flourishing of love, of romance, of pleasure. We need a strong body. This is also the center of power of the body. We need a lot of power, right? The soul is after power. It doesn't want to be weak, all right? And it wants good reason that empowers the soul. Good reason empowers the soul. Bad reason disempowers the soul. So drama, therefore, experience, drama is very important in life. That's why people watch those soap operas. Even as crazy as the soap operas on television are, with their crazy scripts and their crazy storylines, people watch that because it gives them life. It gives them activity in their emotional, in their animal, in their physique, in their head to go on. We need drama. Life needs drama to thrive. It needs to battle evil to thrive. It needs to understand good and evil to thrive. Drama is essential. Religion tries to destroy all drama. Religion tries to make the soul forget the earth, the pleasures of the earth. It just sells the pleasure of peace. But peace, spiritual peace, is also a pleasure. And you need to pay for that by being dedicated and meditating and praying to the Spirit for an entire lifetime. Just in the same ways that if you want to make money, you need to dedicate yourself to make money for an entire life or for many, many years anyway. So it is a hypocrisy of religion to sell peace, right, that is supposed to be eternal, which is not eternal. It requires the continuous efforts of the soul. And peace is a kind of pleasure. It's a pleasure just like money or like sex or like love or like romance. Peace is an object. It's kind of like almost a sensory object. We live and we die by the sacred fires of life. We need reason. We need love in our lives. We need romance in our lives. It has to be good romance and good love. The soul has to be happy in that love and romance, not captive to somebody they don't love, or the romance is not that good. The soul grows through pleasure. Pleasure is important in life. People who are good at pleasure grow. They're happy. They may not be happy in love and romance, but they're happy in pleasure, sex, and money, or pleasure and money, some of the aspects. The animal is part of the soul. The animal is not an evil. The animal is like a hand or a foot. It's a branch of the soul. It is not the site of evil. Even the body requires good food to grow and constant attention. It wants beauty, flourishes. There are bodies that are beautiful, that have flourished, that have thrived into manhood, into womanhood, and there are bodies that remain scrawny and looking like a crippled adolescent for life, anorexic for life. That these are bad bodies. So the body as well is a fire of life that can give the soul a lot of warmth. The soul is after fire. It gets fire through the four faculties. And as many fires as it has, as intensive the fires are, as they are different between souls, so the soul will benefit. People who have bad fires going, or people who have no fires going, begin to be depressed and begin to perish. So we need those sacred fires of life, and we need them intensively. Because if we don't have a fire of life, then the fire goes out. Just like in the TV series Survivor. When your fire is gone, right, you're out of the game.